we have another quest of Visions of the Past 2. You notice a familiar mystical glow shimmering from your bag. You recall what happened last time this occurred, so you seek a moment of quiet before reaching down into your bag and touching the shiny gems within. As your touch connects with the stones, your mind is suddenly flooded with ethereal visions of times long past. Silhouettes of robed figures with indistinct faces flit through your consciousness, their actions obscured by the haze. Though the glimpses are fleeting and unclear, a profound sense of wisdom infuses your being as you gradually return to the present. You feel smarter, more capable. You have now unlocked a new stat. Intuition, I'm gonna guess? I'm liking the wizard dude. He's quite powerful, and he's just fun to watch, too. So it took me this whole time until we ascended to realize that we're collecting gear for every one of the characters we must be playing, and those characters must be wearing the type of outfit that, you know, they're wearing, but we're upgrading everybody's, which is kind of fascinating. Alright, we're about to hit the next main goal, and I have a couple of quests that I was just sitting on, waiting for you guys. It's been a couple hours. There is some time in between. Alright, let's see. I got the first X marks the spot. Somehow I missed the first one and we had to skip to the second one. It says, you come across a small weathered mound of sand and dirt, with a few scattered stones arranged in the shape of a crude X. There's something about this place that tugs at your instincts. It feels as though something has been buried here, yet the arrangement is almost too deliberate. It's as if whoever laid it to rest didn't want it to remain hidden forever, just hidden well enough. Your curiosity is overwhelming. You must know if there's something actually buried here. You kneel down and begin to claw the mound apart, scooping sand and dirt to the side. To your fortune, whatever was buried here was not buried very deep. In a matter of minutes, you stumble upon the treasure. You can now craft a new item, Greaves. Didn't we, that's like, it's all the same dialogue, but just the item was different. Can I do this one? I just hit the mic. Sorry. Postpone this event, can't. Temple Raider. You've been walking along the coastline for what feels like an eternity, with an endless expanse of sand and sea stretching before you and behind you. The rhythmic crash of waves against the shore has become a monotonous lull, almost hypnotic, and your legs grow heavy with the burden of distance traveled. But then something catches your eye, a distant silhouette against the endless horizon. You squint, trying to make out the shape through the mist that hovers like a veil over the water. As you draw nearer, the sharp, oh my goodness. As you draw nearer, the shape sharpens, revealing itself to be more than a jagged rock or cliffside. It is a structure, aged and forgotten by time. A temple half swallowed by the relentless ocean, its stone walls... Words are hard. A temple half swallowed by the relentless ocean, its stone walls weathered and broken, though still standing in defiance against the waves that lap hungrily at its base. The temple's lower levels are submerged, dark and murky beneath the surface of the sea, but above the waterline, the crumbling arches and spires still reach for the sky, eroded by centuries of salt and wind. A single stretch of beach, narrow and seemingly untouched by the shifting tides, reaches out from where you stand, like a natural causeway beckoning you to the temple's entrance. The air grows heavy with an unspoken promise of mystery and discovery. Something pulls you towards it, a feeling as if this place has been waiting for someone, perhaps you, for a long time. You set off down the strip of sand, each step crunching softly beneath your boots, the temple looming larger and more ominous with each passing moment. Waves crash gently to each side, spraying you with a cool mist, but you're focused now, your heart quickening. Whatever secrets the temple holds, you're determined to uncover them. And Area 5 Sunken Temple is now accessible in the world map. Check it out. Right, and Blessings 1, Cultus. Without warning, a warm, radiant light envelopes you, soft and comforting. Is it envelopes or envelops? I'm not sure. The world around you still is as if time itself has been hold. The world around you still is as if time itself has paused to hold its breath. The crashing waves fall silent, the breeze halts mid-air, and even your own heartbeat seems distant, as if to wait in reverence. The light pulses gently, and though no voice speaks, you feel the presence of something greater, a higher calling, watching over you. For a few fleeting moments, you stand in the embrace of this light, weightless and serene, as an unseen force fills you with a sense of peace and strength. Then, as quickly as it appears, the light fades, dissolving into the air around you. The sounds of the world return, and the crash of waves, the whispers of wind, but everything feels different. You feel different, stronger, as if something deep within you has awakened. A quiet blessing now part of your being. Permanent stat boosts, base mana regeneration multiplied times 2. Takes effect after ascending again. Alright. And we made it to 30, but I don't know if I'm going to make it much further because my guy is dying quickly right now. And we've got 3. I guess we'll do these ones and even them out. We seem to be doing better. I thought we were barely going to live past that stage 30. But seems to be doing okay. Oh, we have another. Oh, I know what it is. It's Mysterious Stranger 3 that I don't quite have the money for. I need to do... Okay, we gotta get to the temple. I have to do the void in both the Overrun village and the rat's nest. But right now my character seems to be living just fine, so I guess I'll leave him here and I'll bring you guys back when I have something to show you. I've noticed now that we're in stage 31, there was cultists that was really kicking our butts, and they seem to have disappeared and we're back to the lower life. I think I'm gonna guess they're 2s? No, they're 4s. Interesting. Doesn't remember. Alright. Alright, well I guess I'll leave him here for a while, and I will go do something else while I wait. Okay, we got enough money. It was like 20 minutes, and I looked up and we had enough. Mysterious Stranger 3. I'm gonna go fast through this since we accept 7 million coins. Your heart sinks, but you think you can actually afford such an amazing amount of money. You close your eyes, trying to come to peace with letting go of this mountain of gold. After a pause, you hesitantly open your eyes and agree, but the man before you is gone. Your answer was given well before it was spoken, and in your hand lay the book, but somehow you feel as if you don't need to open it. You're already well aware of its contents. So we now know lightning spark and final spark. Press on. And so do I change my skills? Or... Okay. Let's just see what happens. I want to see it in action. Use the dang spell. Why does it feel like he's not using the spells? Okay, it's definitely using this spell. You can see it kicking off. I'm gonna assume he's using it. I don't know. Now that our mana is up. We are being piled by froggies. I should start training up my... Should we do... Okay, let's use this dude. See if that... Oh, ho, ho, ho. I missed the fox. I missed the fox. Oh, we're now in a purple robe. Nice. I'm not sure I like the slime at all, if I'm being honest. I think I'll go back to the fox. We died really quickly when we lost the fox. But I am going to change locations. I'm going to go back to the overrun. Oop. That one. To this one. So it's just basically at night. They look like ghouls, you know, a ghost version of themselves. And it is a little harder. Oh, we just saw the lightning go off. Nice. Okay, let's try this skill. Let's see if we can switch up the skills and go back to this one. I just want to see it in action. Oh, I think we just saw it. Look at how fast we're powering through souls. Impressed. As you use the skills, they do level up. You can see that here, like it's level 1. And you can see it leveling up. I kind of want to change up. Change this to this. 6. Just gotta kill 140. We're going through them pretty fast. And we did it. All right. This way. We have an owl now, which I will switch to. Owl. Will up its power. Maybe I'm just partial to the fox. I just feel like the fox does a better job. Alright, we reset, so now we can go to the rat's nest. And this is my first time being in the void with the rat's nest, so I don't know how this is gonna go. I gotta admit, I think I prefer the owl. I mean, the fox. I mean, yeah, I could be just being spoiled. Or being partial to owls. Or being, oh my gosh. Being partial to foxes anyway. I'll bring it back when I got something to show you guys. It's just seeing if he can survive until stage 10, and then I'll head over to the temple once I've completed this. I doubt we're going to make it to stage 10, because if you can see, their health is dropping quite a bit if at stage 4, which means if we're dropping like this at stage 4, we won't last it until stage 10 when they start to pile on. But you never know. Maybe. I died. We didn't make it past level 5. So I will backtrack and we've now got silver. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the temple. Ooh, the temple is dark. She's dark. I don't think we're gonna last very long here in the temple either, because he's taking pretty serious damage. If I'm being honest. Only at stage 3. Yeah, our spells aren't doing much damage on the creatures. Even the right mouse button. You look, it's not. It's not doing a lot. 23, 24. 26. Alright, we might have bit off more than we could chew. We might have to go back. I might have to ascend, honestly. That might be the smarter of the choices. Is to ascend. Alright, I'll ascend. Let's see. Nothing for tier. I have 1 tier 1 point. Half the skill gain at 100%. Experience gain at 20%. Well, I guess let's go. Do I have to unlock this one? Damage. Auto cast. Oh, we're done. Select character. Still gonna be this guy. Oh, it looks like the venture still has a story. Unique events. Oh, so I guess we gotta go back to this guy? Alright, well I guess I'll bring it back when I got something to show for it. Right now it's just punching things. Well, welcome back. It's probably been an hour or so. I got up, let the guy, do his thing. I didn't ascend from the last, ascension. Anyway, we got Blessings 1 Adventure. Without warning, a familiar warm, radiant light envelops you. I'm gonna think it's envelop, right? Not envelopes. I'm suddenly, for someone who reads all the time, I'm suddenly unsure. Anyway, radiant light envelops you. I think. Soft and comforting. The world around you stills, as if itself has paused to hold its breath. The world around you stills, as if time itself has paused to hold its breath. The crashing waves fall silent, the breeze halts mid-air, and even your own heartbeat seems distant, as if it too waits in reverence. The light pulses gently, and though no voice speaks, you feel the presence of something greater, a higher calling, watching over you. For a few fleeting moments you stand in the embrace of this light, weightless and serene, as an unseen force fills you with the sense of peace and strength. Though as quickly as it appeared, the light fades, dissolving into the air around you. The sound of the world returns, and the crash of waves and the whisper of wind, but everything feels different. You feel different, stronger, as if something deep within you has awakened, a quiet blessing now part of your being. Permanent stat boosts, base defense multi times 2. Takes effect after ascending again, which that was the same exact message that our wizard dude got, our cult guy. So you must get to a certain point, and then you just get those. If you did want to spoil it for yourself, there's these achievements right here. You can click them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can click them. And they'll tell you, like, it gives you a hint of what it's supposed to be. But I didn't want to particularly spend too much time looking at it because I don't want to spoil it for myself. So anyway, nothing exciting is happening. Letting this guy roam through this. I believe we're on stage 21. Yeah, nothing too exciting. He hasn't made it past 50, but nor has he died. So yeah, oh yeah, it says right here, highest stage clear is 20. So anyway, I'll let you guys I'll bring you back when there's something to see. It is an idler. Here's the idler has fully kicked in. And you do spend a lot of time in each stage, just letting the guy do his own thing. So I've been working on thumbnails and whatnot while he's just been fighting in the background. Like, whatever those, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Cultist something. Cultist. Hey, come here. Cultist horror is what they are. So yeah, and every once in a while clicking the thing, and then I'll suddenly remember, oh yeah, I need to do something about this, so I'll, click this up, do this. I still, so far, the fox is still my favorite. I imagine the wolf might, become better, but the owl and the slime moved too slow for me. The owl just didn't kill enough things. I don't know what the hedgehog and the twig sprite and the imp and the homunculus or the wolf are gonna be like, but we'll find out. But anyway. All right, welcome back. We are at stage 7 in the temple, and it looks like I'm going to live to stage 10. We have gluttons, octopus, fish folk bloaters, which I think are these guys over here. But a quest popped in, Visions of the Past 3. A soft otherworldly glow escapes from the bag at your side, emanating from the cluster of gems within. You freeze, muscles tense, your mind flashing back to the last time you dared to hold one. The surge of visions had come so quickly, then, overwhelming and bewildering, leaving your thoughts scrambled and your heart racing. Yet, despite the weight of apprehension, curiosity takes hold. Slowly, hesitantly, your hand reaches into the bag, fingers brushing against the cool surface of a gem, its pulsating light seeming to beck you. The moment your fingers close around the stone, your mind is consumed by a torrent of blurred, flickering images. Warriors of gleaming armor and mages cloaked in swirling energies fight as one, their faces stern with determination. The battle against an unseen foe, a force hidden beyond the haze of the vision, but the threat feels immense, world-shattering. Then, just as abruptly as it began, the vision vanishes. Silence returns. You find yourself blankly staring into nothingness, left with so many questions, the weight of some unseen destiny heavy on your chest. Same as before, this event did not leave you entirely without guidance. Deep within, a newfound knowledge lingers. You can now craft a new item, a soul catcher, and you can now craft a new item, Dark Sea Mask. All right, let's press on. Ooh, we may not make it to 10 now that I'm seeing how much damage he's taking. Uh-oh, Oreo. Kowtow? Don't know what that is. This thing, maybe? I think it's these guys. I think these are kowtows. I don't know. Things are dying too fast. I can't tell you. We may not make it to 10. I might have to do another ascension, which is fine. Yeah, we're gonna have to do another ascension. I'm not lasting through 9. I'm not gonna last through 10. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, what is those? Sunken terrors? Or, oh, nagas. They're nagas. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can... No, we're not. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. We did it. Unexpected encounter. A faint ripple disturbs the stillness. A faint ripple disturbs the stillness of a shallow pool that stretches across the floor. And through the mist rising from the water, you see movement. Instinctively, your hand goes to your weapon as a figure emerges from the shadows. A rat folk, a bow in hand, watching you with sharp, cautious eyes. But unlike the snarling wild rat folk you fought before in the caves, this one holds themselves differently, poised, deliberate, and alert. There is no immediate attack. Instead, you both size each other up, encouraging glances that carry more understanding than hostility. You remain still as the rat folk slowly lowers their bow, making no sudden movements. Breaking the tense silence, their voice rasps the damp air, the sound both foreign and oddly familiar. They speak of their kin, once proud and cunning, now reduced to mindless savages. The madness began shortly after a strange white plant started sprouting in the caves, creeping unnatural things that seemed to twist the very essence of those who came in contact with them. Their people had been strong once, resourceful, but now they are consumed by a frenzy that turns them against friend and foe alike. I don't know why I'm different, the usher says, their voice low and uncertain, their gaze flickering towards a cluster of pale, ghostly plants growing along the cracks of the temple walls. The faint, otherworldly glow of the plants casts eerie reflections across the water. I seem to be the only one who's still sane. I've been tracking the spread of these plants, trying to find the root of it all. They led me here, to this place. The rat folk pauses, clearly on edge. I've searched, but I can't do this alone. Will you help me? Of course. You nod, feeling a strange sense of kinship with this lone archer. You're not sure where your journey will take you. All you can do is continue to press on. And so now we have a new character, the rat folk archer, and you have unlocked a new section in the ascension tree. I'm going to go ahead and ascend. Ascend. Damage multiplier. Okay, so tier 1 costs. And mana regeneration. Alright, and now we have tier 1, tier 2. I don't think I can grab any of these yet. Okay. Select a character. Let's try the rat folk archer. Why in the heck not? Okay, I'll let him do his thing for a while. I do believe we have a hedgehog. Let's see what the hedgehog is like. This is going fast. Alright, let's pull up to a different map. I am not hating the hedgehog. Okay, let's go do the rat place. I think we cleared 50. Yeah, we cleared 50 here, so. Alright, rat's nest. I think we're cutting through this area pretty quickly. I might pop over to the next map. Alright, I guess I'll bring you back when I have something to show you, because now it's just back to the grind. And I sort of forgot I had the recorder running, so hey! Okay, we've been at this for a little bit, and I just got a new event. Blessings 1 for the rat folk. Without warning, a warm, radiant light envelops you. Okay, so it's the same message. We're gonna... Strength now also provides a damage multiple bonus. Takes effect after ascending. Again, you feel different and stronger. Alright, it's the same. It was the same. I'm sorry I brought you back. There's nothing happening. It's, we're clearing stage 50. I'm going to try to anyway. I think he's going to be successful because he's not taking any damage at level 41, which is promising. And so, yeah, we'll clear this out. I'll see if I'm going to do the void version, which I haven't unlocked yet. And if we can do the void version, then I'll go to the sunken temple, try to get to 30. But I might have to ascend one more time before I do that. But anyway. Without warning, the air around you ripples, and before you can react, the mysterious stranger materializes right in front of you, so close that you nearly stumble backwards. His sudden presence sends a chill down your spine, and his smirk is as sharp as ever. He tips his dark, weathered hat in a mockery of politeness, his eyes gleaming with amusement. Apologies for the sudden intrusion, he drawls, his deep voice dripping with sarcasm. Was I a little too forthcoming this time, my friend? He chuckles, the sound low and unsettling, as though the situation amuses him far more than it should. Before you can gather your wits to respond, he raises his hand to silence you, eyes glinting with impatience. On to business, he says briskly, taking a step back with a flourish. His gloved hand gestures towards drawing your attention to a gleaming breastplate resting at his feet, its surface memorizing bluish greens shimmering faintly in the dim light. 100 million gold, he says, his tone shifting into one of cold calculation. The price, absurd as it is, hangs in the air between you, but the stranger's smirk never falters. He watches you closely, waiting for your reaction, as if this game of extortion is one he relishes playing. He probably does, but we don't have enough money, so I'll bring it back when I can afford it. Alright, we finished up there. Let's grab our stat points. Awesome. Just kind of funny, I'm just spending them because I'm probably going to ascend like shortly after this, but spelunking in hell. The ancient temple groans under the weight of the ocean above, water seeping through cracks in the stone, filling the air with the scent of salt and decay. The halls once grand are now slowly succumbing to the deep, and yet, as you explore further, you stumble upon a section that is strangely untouched by the flooding. The air is dry and the stonework unblemished by time or water. A set of narrow stairs descends into the darkness before you. The dim light from the temple above fades as you step cautiously down the steps, your feet echoing against the stone and the air growing warmer with every step. By the time you reach the bottom, the cave opens up before you and an intense heat presses against your skin. It's far warmer than any place near the ocean should be. You hesitate for a moment. The contrast between the cool, damp temple and the stifling caverns unsettling, yet something deep inside you urges you forward, as if drawn by an unseen force. You feel compelled to investigate, the pull growing stronger as the heat intensifies. We endure. The walls seem to pulse with an unnatural energy, the very air thick and oppressive, making each breath heavy in your lungs. Beads of sweat form on your brow as you venture deeper into the cave, the heat now unbearable. But something beyond understanding drives you forward. That's actually not what that says at all. Beads of sweat on your Beads of sweat form on your brow as you venture deeper into the cave, the heat now unbearable. But something beyond understanding, drives you forward, deeper into the heart of this mysterious burning place. Act 6, the Area 6. The Soul Forge is now accessible in the world map. Check it out. Oh, and hey, we can afford this now. No. That much gold is an impossible sum, and yet, somehow, you always manage to produce whatever amount the stranger demands. As you reach for the coins, a pressing curiosity gnaws at the back of your mind. You dealt with this man before. But something about the endless transactions feels off. Unable to hold back any longer, you ask, "What do you do with all this gold? Why do you need it?" And for the first time, the mysterious stranger pauses, his playful smirk fading slightly as he brings a hand to his chin, adopting an exaggerated, thinking pose. He hums, tapping his fingers against his cheek. After a moment, his eyes flash with mischief, and he snaps his hand forward, pointing directly at you. "What do you need all this gold for?" he counters, voice low and mocking. "Seems you never have much trouble parting with it, after all." His words hang in the air, and before you can respond, he leans closer, his grin widening. "Have you ever asked yourself how you even are able to carry so much coin?" His eyes glitter with amusement as he continues. "It rightfully shouldn't fit in your bag, and if it did, it would certainly be too heavy to carry." This revelation hits you like a jolt. You've never really thought about it before. The gold should weigh you down, but it never does. You stand there momentarily dumbfounded, unable to reconcile the logic of it. The stranger smirks, tipping his hat once more. "Maybe next time I'll give you some real answers," he teases before vanishing around the corner, leaving you alone with far more questions than before. And we now have an ocean plate. Okay, we'll see how long we last. I have a sneaky suspicion, not very long. I'm starting to learn its little tricks. By the time you are able to do the next, tier of quests, it's going to get progressively much harder, and the game makes you stop, ascend, and then level up through that a couple of times before you can move on. Kind of clever. I've been legit playing all day while I've been doing other things. The game is not memory intensive on your computer. So I usually let it run, and then I'm editing videos, I'm doing thumbnails, that kind of thing. And then I suddenly remember that this game is running in the background. Which is my personal favorite part of games like this, idler games, is that they're not memory intensive and that they can just run in the background and do their thing. And suddenly you remember that they're there. All right, brought you guys back. Secrets of the Sea. The air grows heavy in the submerged ruins as the water around you steals unnaturally, leaving a silence that hangs in the damp air. Shadows flicker just at the edge of your vision, whispering too low to understand, their presence growing more oppressive with each passing moment. The whispers, indistinct at first, swell into a dissonant chorus of chants, growing louder, filling the chamber with an ancient rhythm. Then, if the temple itself is holding its breath, the voices stop, plunging the space into silence around you. The shadows seem to dissipate, but something remains, an energy, a pulse within the water around you. You feel it respond to your thoughts. an unfamiliar current stirring beneath your skin. In a moment of clarity, you reach out to the water and obeys, surging at your command. A new understanding of the water's nature flows into your mind, the magic of the ancient temple now coursing through your veins. New skill, water spout, and new skill, ebb and flow. Press on. All right, we're done here. And again, I just quickly died. I will bring you guys back when I have something to show you. We just cleared stage 40 and died at 41, so go us. All right, we cleared level 10, but I promptly died. I'm on stage 11, but I died. As you can tell, I'm dying very rapidly right now. Okay, let me move him to a different location. We'll move him back to the Sunken Temple real quick. Let him do his thing there. Okay, one without the other. One. The battlefield glows with an unearthly light, its source a lone figure standing amidst the chaos. A holy warrior encased in resplendent armor. Radiates a shimmering aura of divine energy that ripples outward in waves. Enemies foolish enough to step into its reach are unmade in an instant, their forms dissolving into sparks of light. In their hands rests a massive hammer, its head engraved with intricate runes that glow faintly, though the weapon remains unused. The warrior stands resolute, a living bastion of sanctity, their very presence a testament to the god's wrath upon the unworthy. When the last adversary falls, the aura dims and the warrior approaches you. They explain that they were not meant to tread this path alone. A trusted ally had fought by their side, but was lost amidst the chaos of the fray. Their voice is calm, but tinged with concern as they share their unyielding resolve to find their missing comrade. Seeing the perils that surround you, they vow to stand by your side, offering their protection and divine strength until their quest is fulfilled. With the warrior's towering hammer slung across their back and their radiant aura dimmed to a tranquil glow, the two of you set together. The path ahead is uncertain, but their vow brings an undeniable sense of safety, as if no shadow could hope to touch you while they remain at your side. New character unlocked, the Crusader. Press on. All right, so I guess at this point I will go ahead and ascend. Again. All right, tier 1 cost. Okay, so we're stacking those points up. And health regeneration. Experience gain, damage. All right, we got 4 left, 5, 4, I guess. All right. Select a character, and let's go with our Crusader, a bad boy over here. You feel as though you have reached a level of mastery that a few achieve. It feels invigorating to have pushed yourself to the very edge of your abilities. As you reflect on your journey, a sense of contentment settles within you. As dusk falls, you seek a secure haven to rest for the night. In your dreams, an eerie voice calls to you. Though the words are unfamiliar, their meaning is clear. The voice reveals that it has been watching you, observing your trials and observing your trials and triumphs from the shadows. It continues, warning that you will require greater power to realize your aspirations, power beyond your current understanding, power that will alleviate you above mere mortals, power that you desperately need. The voice grows louder and more insistent with each repetition. Power that you desperately need, power that you desperately need, power that you desperately need. You awaken startled and drenched in cold sweat. Though hours have passed, it feels as if only seconds have slipped by. You try to dismiss it as a mere nightmare, but an unsettling sensation lingers, as though unseen eyes are still watching your every move. All right, we got another one. We got Blessings 1 Crusader. Oh, we know this one. Sorry, I started you guys for nothing. We know the message. We'll just max health multiplier. Nice. All right, Dreams of Power 2. Despite your hard-earned strength, you feel as though you've hit an unyielding barrier. The limits of mortal flesh constrain you, your body unable to grow any stronger, faster, or more resilient. The might of your enemies looms ever larger, each battle more grueling than the last. You continue down this path. Defeat feels inevitable. In your frustration, you recall a dream where an otherworldly voice offered you power. The memory haunts you as fatigue weighs heavily upon your spirit. Seeking solace, you find a tranquil spot to lie down and quickly succumb to the pool of sleep. The voice returns in your dreams, speaking its cryptic language, yet every word resonates within you. "I've been waiting for this moment," it says, its tone almost reassuring. It tells you that it knew you would be back, and now it's ready to bestow upon you unimaginable power. Power to shatter your limits, power to become unstoppable. The voice intones, "To grant you a glimpse of this power, I shall increase the cap of all your stats by 5, but only if you're willing to receive it. Tell me, do you accept?" The words echo in the confines of your dream, the promise of transcendent strength hanging in the air as you consider the path ahead. Going to cautiously accept. The voice cackles, a sound that reverberates through the very fabric of your dream. The contract is sealed, it proclaims with a sinister glee, and as the words sink in, you feel an ominous presence drawing ever closer, casting an even darker shadow over your soul. "You will break your limits further," the voice continues, "but know this, the first taste of power is free. From now on, it will cost you a great many coins. Until next time." With a jolt, you abruptly waken. Your heart pounds as you sit up, eyes scanning the dim surroundings. Doubt gnaws at you. You're not certain you made the right choice. The sensation of being watched, once a whisper in the back of your mind, now feels like a heavy gaze pressing down on you from all directions. Hey, our caps are increased to 35. Oh, looks like we have... What else do you want to upgrade? My dude, I'm not... What? Dreams of Power 3. Oh, we're rolling right into it. The path you walk is exhausting. You're not even sure why you're still in this place. A small part of you hopes there's an end to the horde, but somehow the enemies seem to only grow more numerous and stronger over time. After managing to clear a small area of rabid squirrels, you find a secluded spot to rest. The exhaustion pulls you into a deep sleep, almost immediately. In your dreams, the familiar shadowy presence manifests, a figure without form or face, yet intensely powerful. Its voice, ancient and timeless, reverberates in your mind. You are not surprised. Somehow you were expecting this encounter. It imparts wisdom. Raw strength alone won't be enough to stand against the most formidable adversaries. Your fabled fox, ever loyal, must transcend its own bounds. The ethereal guide, in its eagerness palpable yet unsettling, insists upon bestowing new powers. There is no consent needed. It is done. It cackles knowingly before adhering to an aura of abrupt seriousness, declaring that usefulness feeds an insatiable void. This dark force, it explains, has been held at bay by the material wealth you spend in exchange for breaking your limits. But this is no longer sufficient. The void craves more. To truly face what lies ahead, it demands more material sacrifices along even greater sums of the glittering gold. As before, this will not go unrewarded. Such costs paid will alleviate your summon and breach the limits of the mundane and awaken untold powers. Items of cloth, hide, bone, and more will also be required, in great quantity. Abruptly, the dream ends, and you awaken unexpectedly rejuvenated. The foreboding knowledge lingers, offering more questions than answers. You still aren't sure who or what body this voice belongs to. What is the void? Why does it need to be satiated? This reoccurring experiences have become frustrating, but it is your hope that it will make sense in time. You can now upgrade your summon stat cap and the rate in which they earn experience. Interesting, and we... Oop, not that one. Not yet, go back. This one. Upgrade summons. So far I'm really liking the hedgehog. Power cap. Alright, a new event. We got Treasure Hunter. It was just a chest I found on the ground in the... What is this place called? Soul Furnace. You're going to watch me die a bunch of times because I need to ascend Treasure Hunter 1. Deep within the shadowed heart of the sweltering cave, you come across a treasure chest, its gleaming surface untouched by time or decay, as though it had only just been placed. With a cautious steps, you draw closer, kneeling before it. Your hands grip the heavy lid, muscles tensing as you begin to lift, anticipation thick in the stifling air. Within the chest, you see... What do we see? What do we see? A pair of heavy gauntlets, the brilliant blue sheen, a stark contrast against the fiery hues of the surrounding cave. They radiate an aura of power, tempting and irresistible. Surely there's no harm in claiming them as your own. Right, and we now have cobalt fists. Hey, we cleared the stage. All right, next. The sweltering heat of the cave saps your strength with every passing moment, and soon you feel your legs falter under the relentless weight of exhaustion. Reluctantly, you climb the stone steps that lead out of the suffocating depths, emerging into the damp, salty air of the sunken temple above. The change is immediate and invigorating. The cool, damp breeze brushes against your skin, carrying with it the briny scent of the ocean that surrounds the ancient ruin. You find a small alcove tucked beneath the crumbling archway, settle down and let the weariness take hold, and within moments you succumb to sleep. In your dreams, the familiar voice returns, ethereal and commanding. It reverberates within the limitless expanse of your subconscious, speaking with a tone both frustrated and begrudgingly supportive. The voice informs you of the subtle ways it has guided you, the unseen strings it has pulled to tip the scales in your favor. Yet its patience wanes. Your failures have grown tiresome, and it is clear that your mortal limits are insufficient to the task ahead. The words cut deep, yet the voice does not linger on disappointment. Instead, it offers a solution. A surge of energy courses through you as the voice continues, granting ancient knowledge that floods your mind with clarity. Forgotten techniques and forbidden power, long veiled to mortal comprehension, are now yours to command. It speaks of inhuman abilities, strength, speed, precision, that will elevate you beyond the frailties of your kind. Once again, this seems to not be a gift you get to decline. You awaken with a start, the salty air of the temple filling your lungs once more, the lingering sense of both awe and unease at what you've become. You can now evolve your starting skill upon reaching level 100. Currently, only one option is available to you. Well... Doomsday. See how that goes for us. If you see up here, the game has been running for 9 hours. Not on this stage, on the previous stage. Yeah. We've evolved quite a bit. Oh, look, my character finally was able to move. We weren't able to do that. Fancy footwear. Alright, looks like there's a new chest. Treasure Hunter 2. Deep within the shadowed heart of the sweltering cave, you come across a treasure chest, its gleaming surface untouched by time or decay, as though it had only just been placed. With cautious steps, you draw closer, kneeling before it. Your hands grip the heavy lid, muscles tensing as you begin to lift, anticipation thick in the stifling air. Within the chest, you see a pair of heavy boots, their brilliant blue sheen a stark contrast against the fiery hues of the surrounding cave. They seem well crafted and sturdy. It's hard to believe anyone would leave these behind on purpose. Surely there's no harm in claiming them as your own, right? You can now craft a new item, the Trench Treaders. I wonder who's our next companion going to be, because we have something about a false royalty. But I'm going to have a feeling it's something to do with who is ever going to be wearing that blue armor. Apparently, AFKing for 9 hours was the answer to to this. I could not get past level 20 in the soul furnace, and I had done the ascension, I think, about 4 times. And the biggest thing that the ascension does, it just lets you start your turn with more skills and upgraded skills, but yeah, it wasn't like crazy different. But as you can tell, level 162 in that time frame. Another world. The oppressive heat of the cave presses down on you as you navigate its labyrinth corridors, fending off relentless waves of demonic foes. Every step is a battle, and every turn seems to lead deeper into the suffocating darkness. Then unexpectedly, you enter a serene and eerily untouched section of the cave. The air grows still, the sounds of the battle distant, as you take in the sight before you. A perfect ivory pedestal, gleaming softly in the dim light. It emits a faint hum that resonates deep within your chest, growing sharper as you draw near. Unease prickles at the edges of your mind as you hesitate, questioning whether to proceed. Against your better judgment, you step forward, each movement slow and deliberate. The hum crescendos, filling the space with an almost unbearable tension as you ascend an intricately carved marble platform that seems out of place in this forsaken cavern. Heart pounding, you reach out with a trembling hand to touch the pedestal's smooth surface. And in an instant, the world blurs into a kaleidoscope of light, a force yanking you away with disorienting speed. When the sensation fades, you find yourself stumbling backward into the biting chill. Your breath turns to mist as the air freezes around you. The sudden shift from scorching heat to frigid cold, leaving you gasping. Snowy trees surround you, their branches swaying in the howling wind. The ground beneath you feels strange, shifting, unsteady, as though the very earth itself were alive and restless. The pedestal is gone, and with it, the familiarity of the cave. You stand amidst this alien winter landscape, your mind racing to comprehend the impossible journey you've just taken. Area 7, Winter Skyscape is now available in the world map. Check it out. Alright, let's grab that. Oop, we are taking fast damage. Let's see if we can make it to level 10. That was like a Cthulhu-looking guy. Hold on, what are we killing? Who are we killing? Lich Wendigo, Lich Mind Flayer, Wisps. Okay, we made it to 18. Nice. Visions of the past. The world around you begins to blur, your body suddenly overcome by a wave of weakness. Time slows, and each heartbeat echoes louder in your ears. The air seemed to thicken, and without warning, the familiar Time slows, and each heartbeat echoing louder in your ears. The air seems to thicken, and without warning, the familiar visions came, not prompted by any kind of glowing gemstone, but by some unseen force. Warriors and wizards flash before your eyes in a familiar scene. But this time, a silhouette emerges from the chaos. Cloaked in shifting smoke, the figure's presence was undeniable, its voice resonating like a distant thunder. You may not feel it, but it is clear, it speaks. The void has touched you. Your chest tightens as the figure's words settle over you. Unknowing, unwilling, you have become one with it. Your quest was doomed from the start, for the void erases all it touches, even the purity of your soul. The smoky figure extends a hand, in the air shimmering as it spoke. But not all is lost. The void is cruel, but I can offer you strength. I grant you this boon, the power to transcend the limits of your tools. Push them further and make them sharper. You will need every edge. Your equipment begins to glow faintly, and your surroundings sharpening as the vision quickly fades. The silhouette's final words echo, reach the void keep with haste, or all that you are shall be consumed. Void Keep. This is the first time you've ever heard of such a place. You can now upgrade Tier 1 equipment up to 29. See if we can make it to 18. Trolls, harpies. I did see that the developer had some notes about working on rebalancing. I don't know, I guess, enough to know if there needs to be a rebalancing. I mean, maybe. I tend to be pretty, like, I'm not very hypercritical on things like that. Um, so I guess maybe I am a bad one to ask if what I think about that. I just acknowledge that they had that opinion. Apparently it was people complaining. I don't know. I guess my take on idler games is true to their name. They're idler games. They're always meant to run in the background. You do have some interaction with them. This one a little bit more than others because it's actually telling you a fairly in-depth story. Oop, there's our 19. Can we go past? I mean, this is seeming to have a fairly in-depth story more so than some, most idler games. All right, 19, and now are we gonna live? Ooh, we are dying fast, but their moms are dying faster, so maybe with our help. Ooh, they're coming. Oh my goodness, guys, stand strong, stand strong. Just need to kill 170, 30. There we go. Good job. One without the other. The air grows heavy as you traverse the snowy trail. The howls of beasts echoing faintly in the distance. Then you see her, a woman clad in flowing white robes, her presence as serene as the eye of the storm. Around her, the vicious creatures that had relentlessly pursued you now linger in silence, their feral eyes watching her with what could only be described as reverence. She stands unmoving, her gaze fixed ahead, as though aware of your approach. You hesitate, unsure whether she is a beacon of salvation or a hidden threat. Cautiously, you step closer, hand hovering near your weapon. Suddenly, a familiar voice breaks the tense quiet. There you are! I was so worried! Your crusader ally rushes past you, his armor clinking as he approaches the woman. Relief washes over his face as he embraces her briefly. Relief washes over his face as he embraces her briefly. She smiles warmly, and their shared connection is undeniable. The crusader turns to you, his voice steady and resolute. She is a trusted friend. We shall both aid you until we can return to our duties. The woman nods her head in agreement, and a faint sense of reassurance settles over you. Together, the three of you set forth to where you do not know. The foes of the Winterwood slowly begin to close in. Whatever caution they once had was clearly not meant to last. You have now unlocked a new character, the Divine, and you have unlocked a new section in the Ascension Tree. The Hunter. You push through the dense brush, a snowy forest eerily quiet when the stench hits you, iron and rot. Up just ahead, a grisly sight emerges. A man lies in a crumpled heap, his body ravaged by something vicious. Blood stains the ground and pooling around jagged wounds that leave no question as to the violence of his end. Your stomach churns, but you steel yourself, stepping closer. Among the carnage, your eyes are drawn to the artifacts left behind. A massive axe, its blade still slick with crimson, leans against a tree. Nearby, a helmet shaped like a snarling wolf lies discarded, and at the men's sides are gloves fitted with razor-sharp claws, each glinting ominously as if still thirsty for blood. They speak of a warrior who fought savagely, though clearly not enough. The thought crosses your mind. These could be of use. Despite the grim nature of taking from the dead, your hands move before your thoughts catch up. You claim the axe, the helmet, and the gloves. Whatever had done this was still out there. Whatever had done this might come for you next. So we got the Executioner, the Alpha Cowl, and the Hands of the Beast. Dragon Idol equipment. And we were slain. Okay, no surprise. All right, let's ascend to 4 and 35 and okay, what's this way? Yes. And that uses all that. Tier 1. Tier 1. Tier 2. Don't care about. We'll grab that. Tier 3. And that takes care of that. Select a character. Let's go our Divine, our Lady Divine. She's unable to move. Total defense multiplier negative 0.2. Damn, girlfriend. Oh, maybe not damn. Alright, I think I'll... Oh, damn. I think I'll leave you guys here and bring you back when there's something more to see. Because at this point, I'm now back at the whole repeat and rinse grinding. And I just like to leave the game running up while I'm doing other stuff. So, yeah.